You got them over there?
Mm-hmm. They say it on the side too. Somewhere right there.
Yeah, Rio de Janeiro right there, Adidas. No doubt. No doubt. How long you been collecting?
Come on, man.
Seen you had some shit on in a couple of your videos. Your sneaker game, man.
Yeah, I'm a sneaker brat. You know what I'm saying? But I like rare joints. Nowadays, I can't really get with it. It's harder for me now. You know? Like uptowns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that I don't live in New York, it's like, I don't really wear uptowns too tough. You know what I'm saying? But it's harder now for me to get sneakers because I like a lot of rare shit. And now it's like everything is wild, like hype beast style.
You don't feel no type of way about wearing red out here?
Nah, I live downtown LA, baby. Ain't no gangbanging down here, you heard? Real rap though. They don't gangbang down here.
Where's some sneaker? Who are some of the sneaker suppliers out here? If you was to go get a pair out here and shit.
Fairfax. I go to Fairfax. You know what I'm saying? Or I probably go to Fairfax. You know what I'm saying? But me, I buy my sneakers online. Like I said, it's like I can't really shop in stores unless you want some generics. Like, you know, if you want some white on white uptowns, you know, you get those from anywhere. It don't really require any, you know what I'm saying? Searching and shit like that. But if you want to get something fly, you know, because it's like everything is like, especially with the internet, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody got everything.
Out of all of the material that you have, what would you consider to be your Illmatic? What would be your reasonable doubt?
You asked me that last time.
Mm-hmm.
I got another project about to come out. So that's my Illmatic. All my new projects is my Illmatic.
Talk that shit.
You know? All my new projects is my Illmatic. I got this too, Bjorkingpin. When you dropping this?
Yeah.
When you dropping this?
Oh, this shit going out. This should probably be up in about 3-4 days, my nigga. As soon as I get back to the lab.
Yeah, I'm dropping Bjorkingpin this too. Bjorkingpin, that's a project I did with it's kind of like how I did Portis Hus. The people know what time it is, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bjorkingpin joint, inspired by Bjork. She's from Iceland. You know what I'm saying? You want to check it out? Kind of like how I did Portis Hus. Remember we sold the last song?
Hus Kingpin, what's good, pimp?
What's good, baby?
Welcome back to Gully TV.
Yes, sir.
The first time we got together, it was a little awkward. It was a little, I think it was some, I don't know, a little discrepancy going on online at time, had you a little defensive. I was in the dark somewhat. I might have said something that could have been received as offensive during the course of the interview. So I wanted to come out here and get you in the flesh and reintroduce you to Gully TV. So
Yeah. No. It was just maybe we're just getting to know each other, you know? That's all. You dig? Getting familiar and shit like that.
Right.
Past that, you know?
Yeah. Tell me how you how'd you make it this far from Long Island, right?
Yeah. To LA?
Yeah. How'd you, tell me about your journey.
Well, I moved to Atlanta right after I left New York. I was in Atlanta for like maybe like a year, 2 years. That's why I ran into Mach Hommy. I met Mach, we was chilling, shit like that. And then I moved to LA like a couple years later, and then my man Rose came out here. Everybody started coming out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, baby.
So you kind of moved out here as a unit. You came out here with
Nah, I came out here dolly.
Okay.
I came out here dolly. I went to Atlanta. Rose was already living in Atlanta.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, so it's fly out there, because New York was getting a little wild. We went out there. I went out there, it was good. And then I ran it up. I got burnt out. Like, I was throwing wild parties out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch on my other interview, I was talking to Just, and I was talking about the parties. It's at Mach and Rose and everybody come through. But
is that where you met them at?
nah, I knew Rose from New York. I knew of Mach, but I never met Mach until I moved to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Rose introduced me to him and shit like that. But then I moved to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Was the image and mystique already in place when you met him? Was he already Mach Hommy?
Mach?
Yeah.
Mach always been ill. I was listening to Mach when I was in New York before I knew it, when I only knew Rose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Rose used to play me and shit like that. So
Right.
Mach was always ill. You know what I'm saying? Mach was always ill. So he just getting his just due. Like I tell niggas all the time, sometimes the stars got to catch up with you. You dig?
Right.
Not necessarily aligned. You know what I'm saying? They got to catch up with you. Like,
Okay.
a nigga like Mach, niggas been doing it. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, then I moved to LA, downtown LA, ran into Planet Asia. Yo, he came to school with me. Dad's the first person I was fucking with when I came out here. Him in Tri-State. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You
yeah,
weren't
Dirty
introduced.
Digs.
You weren't introduced to Planet. I was gonna get to Digs. You weren't introduced to Planet Asia. Y'all kind of met each other organically through music.
Yeah, straight through music. But Planet Asia is my older brother's favorite rapper, so that's how beautiful it is, you know.
How long you been working with him? Since you've been out here?
Planet Asia?
Yeah.
The whole time, man. Planet Asia's like my brother now. You know what I'm saying? I've been to LA now for 6 years now.
Yeah.
Going on 6 years.
I've been hearing a lot about Dirty Digs on both coasts. We had an interview set up and we didn't really have a chance. Our schedules didn't match. We didn't get together. Tell me about working with Dirty Digs.
Dirty Digs, they're brothers. You know what I'm saying? You got Noy.
Oh, it's two people.
Yeah, it's two people. Noy, he likes to box. You know what I'm saying? And JR, he's a young one. He's the one who stays in the studio the majority of the time.
Right.
You know? But they have an in-house studio, so they run it like that. They're out in Venice Beach.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful area. You went out there yet?
Nah, I was invited to the studio, but I couldn't make
Oh,
it.
you got to fuck around.
Yeah.
All the good bud. They got all the fire out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to get into like the exotics, the rapper weed outside of like the dispensary weed. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But,
Were you in, when I looked at a lot of your videos, I could, I don't want to say blatantly see Rock Marcy influence, but did he have a heavy influence on
Rock Marciano, Nas, Planet Asia, these you know, Billy Dance from MOP.
Mm-hmm.
I really used to like Billy Dance, you know, specifically. You know,
Why him?
He's a beast, man.
I never heard no one say
never-
that, especially not from Brooklyn.
You listen to Dance?
I've listened to MOP most of my life. Yeah,
Dance from Brooklyn.
he bring it. Yeah,
Yeah, fire, man. It's an aggressive tone, like, you know. I sometimes I compare Westside Gun and Conway to MOP because when you think about like the sound effects and shit, like boom, 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 all that.
Mm-hmm.
MOP was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
MOP was doing that, so it's like Lil Fame would be Westside Gun, Billy Dance would be Conway.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
At this point, speaking of, you know, the Griselda guys, did y'all ever get past y'all little discrepancy?
There was never a discrepancy or something.
You said that in the first interview.
That's what I'm really trying to get through to people. They don't really understand that.
All right, but you made
It's really not, though.
but it was a track made.
It was. There were a lot of tracks made. I don't know if you're aware of that part.
I didn't know the time that I interviewed you. It was a track made that week, so that's what kind of like.
It was tracks that made.
Okay.
Were made that week.
Okay.
He made
one.
They made one.
Okay.
Gun and Mach, and I made one.
Right.
That was last year though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, yeah, there was some songs made and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? But it was what I'm getting to is
Time heals
the
all
issue- no.
wounds. Is it?
what I'm saying is the issue. There was no issue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what prompted the
It's all
tracks?
competition and shit
So
like-
what prompted the tracks? Was it a rebuttal? Were you in a rebuttal situation? It's been a minute. Did you fire first? Let's just
Gully,
keep.
we talked about this already, baby. Gun and them dropped Eastern Gun Day.
Okay, that's
Eastern
what it
Gun
was.
Day-
That's what it was. It's been a minute. I
Alright,
forgot.
listen,
Okay.
Eastern Gun Day is on. They're on part 4 right now.
Okay.
You gotta go back to part 1.
Mm-hmm.
You heard? Go back to part 1 when you get a chance. Maybe we have to do another.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's been a minute. I forgot the title of the joint and
part
everything.
1.
Okay.
Part 2. Part 3, I think he was talking about somebody else and shit like that, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Well, my point is, even Easter Gun Day 1, it wasn't no beef. It wasn't never no nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? You never seen, it was never nothing. It's never anything ever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Niggas came to fuck with me and shit like that. We had a good time. There's never nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So you guys.
But there to be something, nigga, it got to be action. Like something gotta happen. It was just rap.
Got it.
When you rap sometimes it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That's all. You know, I call it a workplace argument. And these things happen, right?
Right. Workplace argument. That was classy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. What's going on this summer with you? What you got coming out this summer? Summer of 2022. Hus Kingpin. What's on the menu?
I'm doing a threesome 3. You know what I'm saying? When I go back to Brazil, we're gonna do Bolio Beach 2.
Speak up just a little bit.
Bolio Beach 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When I go back to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel free when I'm in Brazil. In America, I just work. It's just a workplace. You dig? You go out the country, you live a little bit. You think you're living here, but it's not really. You're just working, you know?
Right.
But it's good to work because they don't have work out there.
Did the nicknames and the identity spawn from the
Bolio?
Yeah, from the Brazil?
Brazil, yeah, that came from Brazil.
Give me some history on Bolio.
What you mean?
The origin, the name. I mean,
the origin
I'm the
name,
dribble.
well, the name,
I'm
the
a
name,
basketball player.
The name is just a wild name that my Brazilian homeboy gave it to me, Bala. But
okay.
The Bolio album is an album that I made while I was out there. You know what I'm saying? So every song on there, all the producers are from Brazil.
Oh, that's crazy.
Word. And then I got my man Nico on there. He's Brazilian also, Brasileiro, but he lives in America.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he's from Brazil. Dig?
What's it like going off of a Brazilian production?
What's it like?
Yeah, what do they put into their production?
You gotta think, it's just like anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to these rappers and shit like that, they got producers from Germany and UK. It's all the same. The you know, the basis is the same. The ground of it is the same. You know? But as far as samples and shit like that, I'm really into bossa nova and shit like that because my father used to listen to a lot of bossa nova. You know? He used to listen to a lot of jazz. My pops always wanted to go to Brazil, but because, you know, he had a family and shit like that, and, you know, he was moving around a lot because my pops was an officer in the military, in the Navy. You know, you got to salute him when you walk by him. So it was like,
right.
You know, Brazil is not in the military. You're not really living there when you're in the military. You know what I'm saying? If you're an officer or something like that. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's like that was musical heaven for my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the sound and all of that.
Comfort zone.
The sound.
Yeah.
From over there.
Yeah.
You know? Like that boss, they really live like how that music sounds. Like they really live beautifully. Like they don't work Mondays and Sundays and Mondays. Where we work, you know, around the clock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I compiled a list. I tried to compile a list, and it was spawned behind what boroughs had the top MCs, right? The 5 boroughs, they listed the 5 boroughs who had the top MCs. And when the list was done compiled, Long Island had so many rappers that they had to be included. You feel me? What do you think about the long history of Long Island, big name influence on hip hop music?
I mean, Long Island is like, I think of Long Island as like the originators of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. The thing about Long Island is like the originators, you know? When you think about Long Island, most people think about like UPMD. Carol Smith, Eric Sermon, right? After that, it's like Rakim, or you know, before that, you know what I'm saying? During that time, that era, Rakim and shit like that, you know. It wasn't really nothing after that era though, out of Long Island. So Long Island was like, cause when you think about Long Island, you don't really think of anything current until now, today. Rock.
That's a good point.
Hus.
That's a good point.
Smooth.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? But in regards to the history, come on, son. Flavor Flav. Come on, dogs. These are old school niggas.
Keith Murray.
Shout out, you dig? Keith Murray. And he's from another side.
I've heard people personally. I've heard people from Long Island claim Method Man. I've heard
Method
people
Man
from Long
told
Island.
Me to himself, to my face, that he's from Hempstead.
That he's from Long Island. I've heard
He's
Long Island also. Hempstead? Okay.
If you go and listen to
Dr. J's from Hempstead too, right?
who?
Julius Irving.
Dr. J's from Roosevelt.
Oh, okay. No doubt.
Roosevelt's right next to Hempstead. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard people from Long Island also claim Prodigy.
Prodigy's from Hempstead. Hempstead, two to your head, stop your wilding.
Yeah. So let me find out Hempstead is a heavy over there. Yeah, that's what I got Infamous tattooed on my arm. Nigga.
Hempstead is like, you ever been to Hempstead before?
I've never been to Long Island. Granddaddy IU tried to explain it to me one day. He like, man, it's like these little, almost basically towns like next door, on top of each other, next door to each other. And he like, I'm from over here, and these niggas from over here. And he was explaining it to me and shit. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah, you know. I mean, Long Island is big. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when people think about Long Island, they think about the Hamptons, but the Hamptons is like an hour away from Hempstead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like an hour and a half. Dig? 2 hours.
Even counting y'all current roster, Smooth, yourself, Rock, that only adds to the numbers. Like, it's way out there. I had it on paper one day, man. Long Island got a lot of fucking rappers, straight up, who made impact too. Like, the guys who came from there, they made impact.
Yeah.
Wasn't like no fly-by-night guys. They was either a big-time one-hit wonder or, you know, but they all made impact. Yeah. Straight up.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean, A+. Remember
Hempstead.
A+?
Yeah. You from Hempstead too, right?
You don't remember A+.
Man, you bugging, man. You
Remember
came out
A+?
in 96, man. Stop playing, man.
A+ was live, right?
Yeah.
A+ was fly, man. You know. I mean, to me, any current Long Island shit was all like fresh. You know what I'm saying? The past shit was fly too, but
Right.
you know.
Did the drill scene infiltrate Long Island?
I mean, I'm sure niggas gangbanging in Long Island like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? When I was there, you know what I'm saying? But New York got a different sound, man. New York need to get back their shit, man. That's why niggas need to thank God for Westside Gun, because New York look real cloned out right now. It don't look original, man. You know, I look at this shit, I'm like, yo, wait a minute, y'all niggas Chicago now too?
I believe they attribute
California.
I believe they attributed a lot of that. It's centered in Brooklyn, right?
No, it's not.
It's in the Bronx too, but I'm leading up to something. It's in the Bronx too, but the ones in Brooklyn, they saying that they it's basically the island populace of the city. A lot of Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Africans. They said that's who pushing that drip. Like, I don't think none of the ones that made it, they weren't from America. Pop Smoke's not American. 5 Years not American. Like, all.
Nigga, that's New York. That's New York anyway. You know that. My father's from Trinidad.
It's more intense in Brooklyn though.
Everywhere in New York is Caribbean. That's just New York. So everybody you run into from New York, he's Caribbean. Unless his pops come from the South or something like that. Because a lot of Southern niggas moved to Harlem.
Right.
That's how Harlem was damn near made with all the black people. Nigga, them niggas came from the South, nigga. You know what I'm saying? How you think all that pimping and all that shit got up here, man? You dig?
Down south.
I mean, that's where the niggas come from. Outside of the, like I said, the niggas from the Caribbean. But the majority of New York is Caribbean, yo. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna get around that.
Right.
Is my point. You dig? A nigga be gangbanging, a nigga will be a fucking nurse. Either one of them is Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? It's all. You dig?
What vehicles did you use to build your brand? What was accessible to you on your way up besides SoundCloud? How did you started to put your stamp down online?
What vehicles did we use? Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram. And it's funny because Mach Hommy told me to get on Instagram. Because I wasn't on Instagram at first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why if you scroll down to my first picture, it's the Cognac tape. My first project that was hosted by Rock Mars. It's a t-shirt on the balcony. That's my balcony in Atlanta. But Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, in a box with embalming fluid. I said it's calm, cause if not me, then karma do it. Niggas still moving pharmaceutic. Anyway, it's not what you know, but if you prove it, I'm living proof.